The truth is our priority. We give justice to your curiosity. Hello and good afternoon, viewers. I'm your host Mohana Gupta, and you're watching India at 3 only at Aaj Ki Awaaz. Here we bring to you the latest and most credible updates from all over India. Let us begin with the headlines of the hour.
A Maharashtra-based NGO helps a mental health patient, gives him a new hope. Artists from Netherlands excited to welcome Goddess Durga in a culturally rich Kolkata.
The Parivartan Trust, a community-based NGO in Maharashtra, has begun an initiative called Manasrang. The initiative offers a platform to mental health patients to talk about their problems through art, drama and music. One such patient whose life has been completely changed by this initiative. Let's meet Lalit to know his story.
Lalit, who is aged 35 years, was dealing with a mental disease for many years. Nearly 20 years ago, when he passed 10th class, Lalit was diagnosed with this disorder. The only hope to regain his self-worth was an initiative called Parivartan Manas Rang. Parivartan has been working to solve mental health issues for 30 years. Lalit started a daycare program which slowly brought slight changes in his behavior. When Parivartan started Kimaya Cafe, Lalit's life took a huge turn. Kimaya Cafe is a Manas Rang initiative. Today, Kimaya Cafe has become a ray of hope, providing a joy of employment to mental health patients.
Within the first 6 months, my friends and family noticed that I am repeating things in my speech. I am scared to talk. I am not mixing up with people. I used to hear different sounds, feel bugs on my body, which led to depression and loneliness. Then this organization came into my life, Parivartan Sanstha. I was not that educated, so who will hire me? That was the main question. I got to know about my hidden cooking skills only after coming here, which changed everything, and I completely focused on my work.
It is honestly refreshing to see such a hopeful and positive story on mental health. We have with us on phone Mr. Shubham Ganveer, a volunteer at Parivartan. He has recently started working at Parivartan and was heavily involved in the Manasrang initiative. Let us hear from him. Hello, Mr. Shubham.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Welcome, Mr. Shubham. Thank you for being here on Aaj Ki Awaaz.
Hello.
Yes, am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for being with us on Aaj Ki Awaaz. I would like to ask you, where do you want to take the Manasrang initiative in the near future?
See, after Pune, we have already started our work in Nashik, and
Okay.
we will be expanding it in Gujarat also.
Okay.
And so in 2025, we expect to have at least one workspace in every state of India.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
That's our plan. Yeah.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Shubham, for joining with us. We
Thank
hope
you.
that you continue this good work and help more people. Now, it's time to take a short commercial break. After the break, we will see how art became a universal language in the streets of Calcutta. Stay tuned.
We did one for the trees, so we can breathe in life. One for the ground, so they can spring with joy. Now let's do one more for the world, so we can build a better tomorrow. Join us as we give up permanent mono cartons and shape a better future. With reduced CO2 emissions and fuller forests, Pernod Ricard India, one for our planet.
Welcome back. Durga Puja season is here. The preparations for the festival has begun. Although Durga Puja is an Indian festival, yet it is global in its reach. The artists from Netherlands are working with local artisans for the preparations of Durga Puja this year. Here are the reports.
Art is a universal language, and the city of Kolkata has been the evident contributor in it. But the one main thing about Kolkata is the festival of Durga Puja.
हम लोग अभी पूजा किया है, एक दुर्गा पूजा नहीं है। ये वर्ल्ड का बिगेस्ट आर्ट फेस्टिवल है।
Today we are here at Behala Nutandal, and here some artists have come all the way from Netherlands to decorate the pandal for the festival of Durga Puja.
Came across this opportunity and it felt like something so detached from our context. Also in terms of the reach, it's enormous.
I'm also working for there is a no casteism, no classism. So that's why I'm choosing this Fuchka.
Usually we make work for people that visit the gallery, that visit art spaces, which, as we know, is not just an average person. And I think Durga Puja is something that, when you say it's for everyone, it's actually quite literally for everyone.
Because Fuchka is always consumed with every class. It's a 5-star to a brown level.
We're here for 2 months, like I said earlier, and it's not enough time to really, get a grasp. Also, on top of that, we still haven't seen Durga Puja real version yet, so we're very excited to see it.
That's it for now. With cameraman Ramakrishna Kumar, this is Jyotirmay Thakur signing off. Aapki Awaaz.
When two diverse cultures meet, art becomes the universal language that unites. The union between the Netherlands and India is an example of cultural fusion at Durga Puja. Our reporter Satyajit is present at the location to see what the local people think about this fusion. Over to you, Satyajit.
Thank you, Mohana. This new collaboration is getting mixed reaction from the artist. Some is taking it in positive way and other have some other opinions. I am with local artist Mr. Sumon Roy and we will know his opinion.
Hello. So I think this is actually a good initiative. It has both sides actually. So the good part is that this exposure from the European artist, it was very needed for the local artists to develop their skills and develop their approach in a modern way. And but I know some of the people are a little scared about that this might change the work scene and all that. But I am not very supportive to that comment because I think the local artists have that potential,
Okay, thank you. This was view of Mr. Sumon Roy and over to you, Mohana.
Thank you, Satyajit. It seems like this year, Durga Puja in Calcutta will be a sight to behold. It's time to take a look at the daily weather report. Over to you, Akansha.
Thank you, Mohana. First, let's take a look at the weather of our national capital, Delhi. The maximum temperature is 34 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. Partly cloudy sky with no chance of rain. Next is our financial capital, Mumbai. The maximum temperature is 33 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 27 degrees Celsius. Humidity is high with bright clear sky. Looking south in Bangalore, rainfall will bring some relief to the people. The maximum temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. Moving on to Chennai, the maximum temperature is 32 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. Humidity will be high, excessive heat is expected. At last, Kolkata will have a confusing weather. The maximum temperature will be 34 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature will go down to 26 degrees Celsius. Excessive heat is expected in the morning and in the afternoon there are chances of heavy rainfall. And that's all for the weather report. Over to you, Mohana.
Thank you, Akansha, for the detailed weather report. The World Mental Health Day was observed on Tuesday, October 10th. Today, we bring to you a special discussion on mental health and its portrayal in the mainstream media. But before that, we will take a quick break. Do not go anywhere.
मैं ले लूं तेरी आँखों के रत जगे नींदों को तेरी नजर ना लगे
मच्छर भगाए बिना धुआं फैलाए ताकि नींदों को नजर ना लगे गुड नाइट लिक्विड
Welcome back. I'm your host Mohana and you are watching Aaj Ki Awaaz. WHO recently said mental health is a universal human right. This year's campaign calls for a human right-based approach to educate people about mental health. In the spirit of the campaign, Aaj Ki Awaaz will play its part by discussing relevant issues. One such issue is the portrayal of mental illness in the mainstream media. We have with us Mr. Atharva Deshpande, a student of writing for the EDM at SRFTI Calcutta and a social activist. We also have with us Mr. Madhusudhan, a student of direction and the production for EDM, also from SRFTI. Hello, Mr. Madhusudhan, and hello, Mr. Atharva, for joining us.
Hi.
I would like to discuss about the release of the film Dear Zindagi which was based on mental health, but it was back in the year 2016.
Right.
So why do you think it took so much time for the Hindi film industry to actually portray mental illness in their movies?
I guess it's more or less has to do with how we look at mental health.
Right.
We still find it something as taboo, and we still don't talk about it. There is too much lack of awareness. People
True.
are reluctant towards therapy. So I guess that's why it took so much time. And even after that, even after 2016, what other films have portrayed mental health? It was just Ye Zindagi. That's just one thing.
Yeah. True.
So,
What's your take on it, sir?
Yeah. So, we'll have to, if we expand our horizons and then look at some of the regional films. So, there are films which dealt with the themes like this. As
Right.
recently as last week, there was a Telugu release called Month of Madhu.
Right.
Which has the two protagonists, and then both of them is dealing with the trauma created by, either by alienation, because they came from a different culture.
Right.
And then from a separation. So it was done quite well. So I feel that there are very nuanced attempts by very independent filmmakers. I think it's on us to talk about them and then give more space for them to get recognized. So there are efforts, but we'll have to look beyond Hindi films or beyond what we call it as mainstream films.
I think it is also something to do with what the audience want, really. So I would like to ask you that why couldn't you be a part to actually change the direction or the perspective of the audience so they might have a different look towards it?
We would definitely love to, but one thing we have to understand is that it's very finance intensive process, the filmmaking, and then it's also very consumer driven as things stands today.
Right.
So we have to find a fine balance between we are bringing the relevant issues onto the table, and also they are also economically viable.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a vicious cycle, because in a country like India, everything depends on cinema.
It is.
People plan their lives, people plan their weddings, and even children their careers on cinema. So we can use this medium to spread the awareness about this particular theme.
So in that case, do you think that we are doing enough for making it aware to the future generations?
Nowhere at all. At this point, for example, the way he mentioned regional cinema. So I remember there was a scene in Kumbarangi Nights. I guess it was the first time we saw on a Indian screen where an Indian middle-aged working man was crying because he was he was mentally ill. So those kind of relatable elements should be added more. See, there were films like Bhool Bhulaiya, Kartik Calling Kartik, and others where mental illness were shown, but they were shown in a very they were shown only for comic or thriller kind of reliefs.
Yeah.
They were not
on a totally different perspective.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So they are very. I would say, I'm not sure that the portrayals like that is supporting the cause of raising awareness of mental illness. So there should be proper commitment from the filmmakers and the proper research when they are taking subjects like this.
Right. Do you think that we can see more of these mental illness issues on the OTT platform?
Exactly. That's what I was actually gonna say literally at this point. OTT is somewhere at least showing, for example, Family Man. It was a series where we first time saw couples therapy happening, even though it was not a best portrayal, but at least we saw something like that. So OTT is surely giving us more space for that.
Yeah, so there are some items, but still there are a lot can be done in that space too.
True. Definitely.
So yeah, as you're saying, you're taking the example of Ye Zindagi. So there was a British series which purely made on mental health called Olive Kitteridge, but that was made in 2014.
Okay.
So almost all 10 years.
I think that's all the time we have for now, and it was great having you guys here. I hope that this conversation finds the audience useful.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we saw two different perspectives today. Has Indian cinema really evolved, or are we still not doing enough? What do you think? This is Mohana Gupta signing off. We will meet tomorrow at the same time with more updates and discussions only on Aaj Ki Awaaz. Goodbye and take care.